So thank you for inviting me to participate in this event. And my name is Jose Cerdán, and I am a researcher from Erudita, where we expedite the process of creating systematic reviews. But before I start with my talk, I'm really interested to know who I am talking to. It will be a challenge to know the guys that are online, but I wonder how many of you are researchers? One. We have more there. How many of you are students? Good. And how many of you are entrepreneurs? Yeah, good. So it's interesting to have this audience, so let's start with my talk. So we're going to go through different parts. The first one, I want to talk about me, so you know much better why I'm here today. I will go through the problem that I found that is interesting to solve with Erudita. I will show you a proof of concept, so you have some hands-on on what we are working on. I will tell you who are out there doing similar things and how we differ from them. And then it will be interesting to talk about the dilemmas and barriers we have found. So I would like to potentially have some discussions with you about how we can improve in Erudita. So after that, it will be really interesting to get you on board. So I hope that many of you will sign up and that we can continue talking after that. So myself, I am a person that has a mixture of different things. The first one was healthcare. My first degree was in physiotherapy. From there, I was moving around Europe, working in different areas in that to get the experience. So I was able to become a very good physiotherapist. But I had some challenges, and some of them was that I had always difficulties to make my patients change their behavior. And I was thinking how I can improve that. There is nothing that can help myself to do that. So I decided to create my own tools. And for that, I decided to study IT at ITU University, where I finished a master in e-business that was a compound of different masters at that time. So I created a tool there named optimise, and this tool was to treat patients from a distance suffering from chronic cardiopulmonary conditions. There I created the first artificial intelligence clone of myself as a physiotherapist in front of my patient at their living room. And there they were able to train with my agent and change their behavior. Right now, this product is sold in France and Belgium, and I continue researching. So now I'm being employed since February last year, and I was thinking, well, I should do something else because it's somehow challenging for me to find a job. And because I am a researcher, how I can become a better researcher. So I decided to, again, create a new thing that we call it Erudita. And in Erudita is a kind of company that is working just in AI, but in the healthcare, we have AI implemented in different areas. So one is education, the other one is patient care, and today we are going to work on research. So what we want is to improve the scientific text production, access to scientific knowledge, programming, and science and communication. This is where Erudita is trying to make a change. So what is important in research? If you want really to take that path, it's very important for you to know what are the gaps out there that you need to concentrate your time, efforts, and energy. But here you have many different opportunities. So of those gaps, which ones are the ones that really are going to have a big impact if you put all your efforts on that? Here, Erudita is helping you to do that. So today, there is a kind of paper that normally in research, we call it the systematic reviews. So what happens is that you have many articles in PubMed, in other databases, that you can gather after a specific theme, and from there you can write a review of a certain literature. It takes today 1,650 hours of work during 9 to 10 months of a whole group of researchers to create this paper. And on top of that, they are going to expend $17,500 on average. So we want to do it in just 1 week. And how we think we can do that? Of course, we need some kind of help, and here is artificial intelligence, the most important part. So we are going to help any kind of researchers or students that wants to work on their own projects to figure out how big is the gap that I want to concentrate my research on. This is something that Erudita can help you. It will tell you what kind of ideas are important to research on and score them in a sense that really matters for you. So you understand, wow, if I'm going to put my efforts, should I do it in something that is nice to know, no need to have, or should I do it in something that really matters? And it will help you together with your research group to finish a whole paper. So it will take you from A to Z through a step-by-step process. So let's see one demo. I hope that the video will work. So we are coming out and the video starts. What? Can you see it? No. Shit. So it's not possible to see the video. I'm not sure if I can see it in this screen, but it's not there. So okay. Well, sorry, we cannot see the video. So I will just explain what is going to happen there. In our demo is something that we have put in front of different researchers, and they have been through it and given us some feedback. So the first thing is that you make a search of a specific theme. Our platform will search in different databases, bring all the articles and reviews that has been written before, and from there will help you to figure out where are the gaps and what you should focus your next research. When you have chosen the right sub-theme, then it will start to create the introduction, the aim, and the references of the introduction. And this is done in just 3 minutes. This is really important for any kind of researcher that is trying to figure out what is going to be my next research. Oh. So how can I come back? Yes. So what are the technologies behind that? I think Emil has been talking about them. But we are working on large language models, natural language processing algorithms, and soon we will integrate machine learning algorithms. So this is the way our platform is working, and I think Emil has been talking about that, so I don't need to say more. Until today, we have had 48 researchers we contacted. Of them, 33 decide to go through a questionnaire where we were asking about their knowledge and their experience on reviews, scientific reviews. 17 of them decided to participate as our testers. And the most important is that 12 of them went through the whole process. It's really interesting that all the 12 people that was testing our demo decide to remain in the tester group for coming iterations. So it means for us that this is really interesting for them, and for sure they are expecting this to be one day a tool they are going to use in research. You can see also key opinions leaders like Ali Ebrahimi from DTU and Dr. Elena Dominguez from KU that has been astonished about what we can do just with 3 minutes work with Erudita. So it means that it's really interesting also in the numbers of the people we have been talking to that has been testing it. We have 11 universities, 6 hospitals, and 4 industry organizations in 6 different countries. So we think that this is not just a need that we have in Denmark, but it's broad, and we potentially can help all these different stakeholders. So what is out there? We have identified different kind of companies. The first one, you know, is ChatGPT, Bart, you name it. There are many in that area where you can use. It will speed the process of writing, but you have to do many other manual parts by yourself. And even though the results potentially are going to give you references that are not existing at all. So this happened with ChatGPT, for example. Then there are some other kind of firms that are working on creating a small part of the systematic review. And I can name Ryan is really good, for example, to filter all the different articles that are in your theme and reduce it to 10, 20 that you are going to really, really make a review on. And then ourselves that will help you from A to Z through a step-by-step process. So you will start with a theme, and you will finish with a real systematic review. So what kind of users we think are out there interesting to use Erudita? For the first, the academics, explorers, and here we have many students and researchers. You know what this could be and give you as a value. Then we have the regulatory navigators, and this is other kind of researchers that are not interested in publish these kind of papers, but we understand these kind of papers are really, really important in the industry, in the regulation of, for example, biotech, life science, medtech products, because you need this kind of papers as part of your regulation. And the last one is going to be patent pathfinders. So we think that patent attorneys that are in the need to figure out different gaps where you can potentially patent a new solution, this Erudita will be helpful for them to figure out, is this important area that nothing has been patented? So yes, so if any of you works or are going to work in those areas, please talk to us, register in Erudita, because we want to talk to you. So just almost closing, I'm going to talk about the dilemmas that we have, and it's interesting to talk about the technical ones. I'm not sure how much time I have, but 7 minutes, good. So, well, let's start. So the technical ones. I am a researcher myself, and I've been also a tester of my own solution. And I've been surprised that I was asking to make a systematic review on an area that I know, that is telerehabilitation. And suddenly, this platform finds out introduction and an aim for a telerehabilitation systematic review, and it is referencing to one of my articles. And the funny thing is that in that article is referring to something that I wrote in the introduction of my article, not in what was my my final results. So in reality, what I say in that introduction is said by someone else I reference in my article. So what I want to say is that Erudita at that time was referring to my article of something that someone else was saying. And here we need to work on, and this is really interesting to discuss with people that knows how artificial intelligence works. The other one is going to be, for example, in any kind of research paper, we have a part that we name the discussion. And here we have authors with their own arguments of their article with another authors with other arguments, and you need to make them to discuss in that discussion part of the article. And then you have to take the arguments of your article and make the discussion between them. That is going to be funny to understand how artificial intelligence is going to manage all these things. We are not there in Erudita, but I'm really excited to see how this is going to happen. And any discussions on this, for me, is really interesting. Then there are some other on regulatory. So we are working with papers that are published in databases. Many of them are open source. So what happened? Do we need to have a specific obligation of regulation to use that? Because in healthcare, we have the opposite thing, is that we have a lot of data of patients, and we cannot just use that to improve our artificial intelligence, and you don't know where this data is going on. But here, everything is public. So is it the right place to start an artificial intelligence startup? We think that this could be. But then is this act from AI in EU, that European community, that we don't know how it's going to finish. So we really don't know how it's going to influence us. In the IP, well, we are creating a software. So I'm not sure if we can patent this, but we need to figure out how we can protect this solution. And it will be interesting to talk to people that is well known in that area. And someone has been asking us, why not you make this software open source? So we are still thinking, what are the pros and cons of making this? Is this a good solution? Is the different stakeholders out there interested and we do that? The other things are commercially, and this is therefore I am here as well, because we think this solution will be interesting for DTU. We really want to know who are the buyers. We know who are the users, but normally the users in the university are not the ones that are going to pay for this. So we need to understand who we should talk to and what are the requirements. And then coming back to the paths, to the regulation area, we think that there is a big market in this area where I'm showing you right now the value chains of the life science, biotech, medtech, where there are different places where we think that a systematic review is needed. For example, at the start of a project, there is opportunities there. Then there will be many clinical trials and so on. And then there will be, before you open the market, you need to make some medical landscape analysis. And when the product is on the market, then you need to follow up and make also reviews on that. So those are kind of papers that are never published, but normally we understand they use systematic reviews in order to make that. So we need to talk to the people that has been in this value chain and knows about the regulation. So it will be interesting to discuss there. This is my last slide. So here you have the QR code of Erudita's website where you can register. Please be in contact with us. We are really interested to talk to you. If we have the opportunity to engage you in our test group, and as many as you are there, as easier will be for us to customize our platform to your needs. So thank you very much for this opportunity to be here.
Thank you so much for a great talk. Looks like it sparked some questions.
Thank you for your presentation, by the way. That was really interesting. And would this be applied within life sciences? Would it also include the realm of bioarchitecture? And is it a systematic literature review of anything? Or is it just within pharma and life sciences currently, as in fields of research?
Well, we understand that there are different areas. One will be the academic one, the other will be most in the industrial one. Academics wants to publish because this is something that you have to show that you are a really good researcher. But in the industry, we understand that it's most based on regulation. So systematic reviews is something that in the industry you use in order to decide, should we go this path or the other path? And but they are not interested to publish that, because this is also something that they use in order to be competitive against their competitors. So why they should publish these things? And we understand that this happens often. So yes, this is one area we want to address, and we have applied, for example, to BII, that is from Novo Nordisk's foundation, to enter their lab ventures. So potentially in September we will start there, and we are going to focus really on that area.
So does that mean I'm asking on behalf of a department in CETA, in Computational Information Technology and Architecture at the Royal Danish Academy, in case we were interested in applying and joining Erudita, so we would have to wait until September to be able to access literature within that realm, or is this in general accessible to all research literature out there?
Well, what I wanted to show you was a proof of concept. So we cannot create systematic reviews today.
Okay. Yeah.
So we are talking to people that are engaged in that area to understand what are their needs and how they normally work. So if you engage right now, we will understand better where is your pain and how we can improve that. And we will create the platform customized to your needs as well. So it depends who is coming now. Right now we have been talking most with the academia, but I'm really interested to talk to anybody that is in this industry, and potentially also in the legal part, where they want as well to use the platform for patent advice.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
It's very exciting.
And I hope that we can talk.
Do we have any other questions in the room? Anyone online?
So far, no questions online, but I'm having one myself. So when talking about research in science, in general, is driven by being explorative and curious and looking into data and references, etc. So your solution is mainly for doing the review in order to find out where are the gaps, or is it also a solution that actually could improve the researchers in writing the paper themselves?
Thank you for the question. And yes, so when I said that we take a researcher from A to Z to write the whole systematic reviews, there will be some parts where we search, there will be some parts where we filter, there will be some other parts where we help you to write the whole document. This could be used for any other kind of papers, that's for sure. But we decided to start with this one because we think that systematic reviews is a paper that is really important, that is used by politics, decision takers. Yes, so it's a paper that resumes what has happened in the last few years, month, or no, not month, but a period of time. So you understand what is the latest news. So I'm not sure if I am answering your question.
Yeah, because my question, I was a little bit in doubt whether it was also like papers or was only reviews. Because my questions, when it goes to the papers, I can fear, or maybe it's just me because I don't have enough knowledge about this, that you sort of will decrease the quality of the research itself, because it could like spin in the same area because it's based on the same papers. So that was what I meant, that science is very much also driven by exploitation and new findings, making new combinations that not necessarily are written down in papers already.
thank you for these concerns, and I understand what you mean. What I think we can help at least is at the beginning. For example, students that really want to find out a project that they want to base their master or bachelor thesis, or PhDs that are trying to see, well, what using Erudita, you will very soon be able to define different ideas, and from there you will be able to see a score of which one is the most important. Then it's up to you. If you want to choose the first one because it has the highest score, but you don't feel like, well, this is not interesting, maybe you will choose the other one that really drives something inside of you. So research is something that has to move you from the inside, and there will be some people that really wants to make a big impact in our society, and some others that will just follow what is interesting for them. But at least they have this opportunity to choose. This is what we want to give in with Erudita, at least. Thank you for the question.
I think if we have no more questions online, I will we'll stay here after the hour and keep asking questions, and then we'll just say goodbye to the people online. If I may do my little advertisement thing here. Oh, we're doing some slide jumping first. But as I promised you,
then you have to be long.
I'm going to jump a lot, okay.
So they were my shaded slides.
See, there's so much knowledge here.
Yeah.
So much to feed an AI brain.